As U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War intensified in the late 1960s, voices of dissent grew louder across college campuses nationwide. On May 6, 1970, more than 3,000 students and faculty gathered at Humboldt State College and voted to enact a one-week boycott of classes so they could focus on anti-Vietnam War efforts. They called their boycott a strike for peace.
The anti-war movement here in Humboldt County easily began before the 1970 strike for peace. My involvement in the anti-war movement probably dates back to 1966, maybe 67. I read and started to understand a little bit about the history of the war, and it became very clear to me that it was a disaster and we needed to get our troops home.
Thinking about the war going on and saying, we get to have a say about this because you're expecting our young men to go fight that war.
And people were opening the San Francisco Chronicle with headlines that students had been shot at Kent State protesting the war. And there was a sense that the war was coming home and they were aiming the guns at us.
Northtown Books volunteered to become the strike headquarters. There's a group of people in one corner making t-shirts for people. There's a group of people in the other corner with precinct records passing out addresses. There's somebody in the other corner going, who's going to speak at the meeting tonight? So it was a madhouse inside the bookstore.
The one picture of me is of me and George and one other guy hanging on to the McKinley statue leading the crowd in the anti-war Country Joe and the Fish protest song. The lyrics go 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam.
We wanted to be like Martin Luther King. We wanted this to be a nonviolent change. We didn't want to offend or alienate people by advocating violence.
I think there was an early realization that we not only had to be nonviolent and be respectful, but also that we had to be for something, that we had to be constructive and support positive alternatives and not simply be trying to drag things down. And I think that played a real role, not only in changing Arcata, but over time, a very much longer period of time, changing Humboldt County.
There's a lot of positivity, there's a lot of joy, a lot of community, a feeling of being part of something bigger than ourselves.
It was a wonderful amalgamation where we all sat there and said, hey, we're finally doing something. We're making a difference to keep the rest of our student body safe, to keep the rest of our student body focused on becoming educated human beings who were going to help the rest of the world and who were interested in saying, what can we do peaceably and collectively to change the way our nation is going?
The Strike for Peace collection and many other collections related to Northwestern California are available for research at Cal Poly Humboldt Library Special Collections. So please stop by on the 3rd floor and check our website to see digitized materials and our hours. We're going to be open on Sundays in the fall, so the public is welcome to come and do research related to our communities.